Imagine a father, standing on the front porch of his home, pleading for the safe return of his missing wife and daughters. His voice breaks. He wipes away a tear. Millions watch in horror. But just 48 hours later, he confesses. Not only did he know where they were, he had killed them all. His wife, pregnant with their unborn son, his daughters, just 3 and 4 years old. This is the story of how Chris Watts murdered his entire family, buried their bodies in oil fields, and tried to fool the world. And the most disturbing part? No one saw it coming. Part 1. Picture-perfect illusion. From the outside, the Watts family seemed like the American dream. Chris was quiet, reliable, a family man. Shanann was outgoing, driven, always online, sharing her life with friends and followers. Their home in Frederick, Colorado was cozy. Their 2 daughters, Bella and Celeste, were the center of their world. Shanann was also 15 weeks pregnant, with a baby boy she planned to name Nico. Their social media painted a life full of love and laughter. Birthdays, family vacations, inside jokes. But behind closed doors, it was a different story. Shanann kept the family afloat with her job in multi-level marketing. Chris grew distant, emotionally withdrawn. Money pressures built up. They were behind on mortgage payments. Bankruptcy loomed again. And then came her, Nicole Kessinger. Chris had begun an affair, and when Shanann found out, everything spiraled. Part 2. The disappearance. August 13th, 2018, 1:48 a.m. A friend drops Shanann home from a business trip. She texts Chris, "I'm home." She walks inside. She's never seen alive again. At 7 a.m., Chris leaves for work. But by 12 p.m., Shanann misses an OBGYN appointment. Her phone is off. She isn't answering texts. Nicole, her best friend, senses something is wrong. She calls the police. Officers arrive at the Watts home to do a welfare check. They find her car still in the garage, her purse, wallet, and medication inside, but no sign of her or the girls. Chris arrives, acting strangely calm. He offers explanations, but none that make sense. He allows a search, but seems distracted, unemotional. Then, the neighbor shows officers his security footage. Chris's story begins to crumble. Part 3. The surveillance and the shift. The footage shows Chris backing his truck into the driveway. Unusual for him. He's seen loading something large into the back. Alone. No sign of Shanann or the girls. Just Chris. When Chris leaves the room, the neighbor turns to police and whispers, "I've never seen him act like this. Something's off." Investigators begin to dig. They learn Chris had been having an affair. They recovered deleted texts, GPS data, phone records. His story shifts with every interview. Part 4. The lies begin to unravel. Chris claims Shanann killed the girls after he asked for a separation. He says he killed her in a fit of rage, but detectives aren't buying it. They press harder. They talk to Nicole, his mistress. She's horrified. She tells police she had no idea Shanann was pregnant. The pressure mounts. Soon after, Chris breaks. He confesses to killing Shanann. He says the girls were still alive when he put them in the truck. He drove them, with their mother's body, 45 minutes to an oil site owned by his company, and there, he ended their lives, one by one. Part 5. The murders. What happened during that drive? Chris claims the girls were quiet, confused. They asked, "Is mommy okay?" He says he doesn't remember what he said. At the oil site, he buried Shanann in a shallow grave. Then, he turned to his daughters. He smothered Celeste first, using her favorite blanket. Then Bella, who fought back. She had injuries in her mouth. Autopsy revealed she bit her tongue. She struggled. She knew. Her last words? "Daddy, no." Chris placed both bodies in separate oil tanks. He thought the thick crude oil would destroy the evidence. He thought wrong. Part 6. The aftermath and trial. The story shattered America. Shanann's family was devastated. the community in shock. People around the world asked, how could a father do this? Chris pleaded guilty to all charges to avoid the death penalty. He was sentenced to 5 life terms without parole, plus 84 more years. He was moved out of Colorado for his safety, now serving time in Wisconsin. But even in prison, the story didn't end. Part 7. The Chilling Prison Interview. In 2019, Chris gave a 5-hour prison confession, and this time, he told everything. He said he'd planned the murders in advance. He had no argument with Shanann that morning. She was asleep when he strangled her. She didn't fight back. She trusted him. He loaded her body into the truck, then woke the girls and told them they were going to see their mommy. They sat quietly in the back seat, with their mother's corpse beneath them. Chris says he didn't feel like himself. He still can't explain why he did it. But to everyone else, it's simple. He wanted out, a new life, no responsibilities, no more kids, just freedom with his mistress. Ending. The Watts family murders are remembered not just for the brutality, but for the betrayal. A man trusted by his family, his neighbors, and even his children, turned into a cold, calculating killer. There were no warnings, no explosions of violence, just a quiet, creeping evil. Today, Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and baby Nico are remembered through foundations, tribute,